fake check scams is one of the things that when I was working as a correction officer, one of the most common charges for women for some reason was check cashing scams. If I averaged out every time they had a charge and I would look up their charges for whatever reason, a lot of them had petty theft, shoplifting, or check cashing. Fraudulent check. I forgot exactly how it was worded. We're going to go ahead and watch this Single Mom Loses Big on Fake Check Cash Scam.
Appreciate it.
This is by my house, by the way. This is in my area, by the way.
Who is Marquise to you?
She's a friend of mine. I am about to be evicted with my 2 kids, and he told me he would help me with my rent. And that basically, I just have to go in, cash this check, and that would help me with my rent.
How long you know?
I run for a couple months.
Is your only job serving?
I'm not getting enough hours. I'm working 2 days a week. It's not enough.
So she looks like a
You
nurse.
knew this was a fraudulent check?
I just knew that they were writing me a check.
That you knew was fraudulent?
I don't know. I don't know where they got it.
You showed up here in scrubs with a stethoscope, and your only job as a server, you knew what you were doing.
No, I just did what they told me to do.
Okay.
All I did was get in the car.
So she told the cop, I'm a server, meaning she works at a restaurant. You just told us you're a server, but you showed up in scrubs. Now, granted, you could take it that she's nervous because she knows she just got caught, but either way, she's lying. You know when somebody is telling the truth. It's not normal to lie. It's not normal to lie. Most people do not know how to lie. Most people give off lying signs. Most of us do.
What?
From my apartment.
He picked you up from your apartment?
Yes.
And y'all drove all the way in the land?
I just got in the
Well,
car.
I
did
will
what they
tell you
asked
that this
me
is
to
the
do.
3rd check that has been cashed against this account today.
Damn.
In his account?
In this
3
account,
in
off
one
this
day.
account. That's why it triggered
So
the
he-
teller to.
He hit so many other, so he probably hit another
This was
TD.
the 3rd TD bank he had to.
Third TD bank. Alright.
It's not me. Am I gonna be arrested?
Most likely. You can't come in here and cash a fraudulent check.
I know, but it's not me.
And then you admitted to it.
I mean, I'm just trying to tell the truth. That way I'm not getting in
Yeah, but
trouble.
honey, you walked in here and told me that you did work as a nurse for these people. You know that this is a fraudulent check. There has been a ring of these fraudulent checks going around.
I see what she
for
did.
These savings bonds.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Oh,
realize.
no, you good.
So, and we actually just got some the other day. So everyone knew the feel of the check, the writing on the check. So
The banks pick up on this quick. So don't think you're going to get over on them. They know what a real check is. They pick up on it quick. You may get away with one that's maybe like $200, $100. But once you start getting up to, $500 and you do it more than once, red flags go up quick. They look at that quick. That's if you even get that far. She came in and she said, oh no, she probably told them, oh yeah, I'm a nurse for these people and this is how they pay me or whatever the case may be. And this is the check they gave me. She comes in scrubs with a stethoscope on. That's real extra. All she had to do was wear the scrubs if she wanted to make it look like she was a nurse. But she came in with a stethoscope and everything on.
the teller told me right away,
Where did you go? Yeah, over here.
come look at these checks. That's when I called you.
Mm-hmm.
We had him sit down. He went to go leave. He drove away with him standing out there. I guess he drove past him.
Okay.
And then when I came back in, the teller called me up and asked me to come look at the check that she just had. And then she's saying that the person that dropped her off here left her.
It's the same person.
And what car was he driving? The Buick?
It was I think it was a Buick. That's what
What
the
color?
looked like. It was like a burnt orange kind of color.
Burnt orange car?
Was it like a SUV, sedan, or was it like a hatchback? Okay. Do you know, did it look newer or old?
No.
Sorry.
She said SUV.
Yeah, SUV.
You were older.
Newer or older?
Probably newer. Because the screen was all like touch screen inside.
Okay.
So you
And it was a sedan or an
being
SUV?
honest and truthful and giving you the information from the source is not going to help me at all. Like, I'm still gonna, like,
In court, it might help you.
but I can't do that.
Won't help you now.
Oh my God.
And she's confident it's an SUV.
Call
No
him?
matter what, my boyfriend?
No, not your boyfriend.
So no matter what, I'm getting arrested today.
Most likely. Call him.
When they say most likely, it's yes, you're getting arrested today.
Is she telling us who the person is that wants? It's a guy that she met a couple months ago and was giving her a ride.
Hello.
Hello?
He said aloha.
Are you good? Like, you're not detained. The police aren't there. Everything is good.
I can tell you right now, frauds are not my strong suit, so I am doing my best.
So because you guys had me come in here and do this fraudulent shit, now I'm going to jail.
So you can't leave.
I cannot leave.
So who are you in the office with right now?
That dude does that, yo. Her boyfriend does not care.
So if something you didn't have knowledge of happening, you didn't do.
And the disguise that y'all put me in with the check with my name and told them the story that y'all told me to tell them.
So, okay. She just reinforced the fact that she knew that it was fraudulent. So it's all on her now because she reinforced. Look, if I give you a fraudulent check outside, let's say I'm here, I'm like, hey man, go cash this check. I know it's fraudulent. You know that I know it's fraudulent. You know it's fraudulent because I told you it is. And you go in there and cash it. That's on you. On you. Sorry, I'm looking over here. It's on you. It's not on me. Like, they can't really do anything. All I did was give you a check. Like, hey, whether it's good or bad, hey, look, I wrote this check here. Because I could say, no, I told her it's fraudulent. I don't know why she cashed it. Now, he doesn't give a damn. He's like, he doesn't give a damn. I don't know if he's going to get caught or not. I don't know if they're going to go to him. I don't know if he's going to incriminate himself. But he sounds like he doesn't give a damn. So as long as he doesn't say anything like, hey, I know it's fraudulent and I told you to go cash it at the bank, blah, blah, blah. Which I don't even think that's anything because you could say that all day. But if you didn't do it, you know, you didn't do it. The bank doesn't care if you say it. The bank cares if you do it. And she did it.
I can't just come there myself.
It doesn't matter. Yes, I need you to come.
I don't know how I'm supposed to do it. I'm not even over there.
Oh.
He doesn't care, man.
What am I supposed to do?
Tell him you're going to jail if you don't show up because of his fraudulent check.
I'm going either way.
Well, yeah, both y'all can go. You want to go for all of it?
No.
Okay, then.
If you don't come here, I'm going to jail for you.
I'm coming back, bro.
Ask him how far out he is.
How far are you?
I'm literally nowhere near that city right now. I got the out of there.
Alright, well, how far?
Feeling that everything you were saying wasn't really that's what I was trying to figure out if you were detained or not. Because that would let me know where to stay or go. If you told me you were detained, I would have stayed and we would have just switched places. But you didn't tell me you were detained or arrested, so I didn't do anything about that because you told me you weren't detained or arrested. If you told me you were detained or arrested, it would have made more sense. I have no knowledge of what's going on right now. Okay. This is all...
Tell him you're going to jail. So you better come back.
Well, I'm going to jail for your check, so can you please come back? How far are you? How far are you?
I don't have GPS right now. I just got out of there.
So how?
Wow, he lying. Why you always lying? Oh my God.
Somebody to pick up her children.
You got the Miranda card? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Thank
Hey, Grandma. I'm being arrested right now. I need you to pick the boys up for me today.
you.
I'm being arrested. I need you to pick the boys up for me. Because I'm stupid. Because I'm trying to get the money to pay my rent, and I went to the bank with a check that wasn't good, and I didn't steal anybody's money. I was given a check by this guy that I know, and it's not a real check. So I'm being arrested for fraud.
Okay, that wasn't her boyfriend or whoever that was,
I'm
but
all the way in Deland, and
I think she knew.
I need you to get the boys today from school for me.
Bro,
Bye.
we used to get a lot of these in the jail, man. All the time. We
Can you
used to
wait
get
on me
these
for a
all the
second?
time. Theft, petty
I'm
theft,
gonna read you your rights,
shoplifting, fraudulent checks.
Alright, you ready? Alright. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer or have him or her present with you while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. If you can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights that have been read to you, and are you still on the talk test? Yes? I need a confirmation.
Yes.
Alright. So walk me from the beginning. From when they picked you up all the way until now. To how we get here.
They picked me up, and
When they picked you up. Okay. So was this planned before they picked you up, or they just said, hey, I'm outside?
I mean, I knew they were coming to get me, but
You didn't know what for?
I knew that it had something to do with going to the bank. But they
What
just,
bank?
I don't know.
So you knew they were picking you up, and you knew you guys were going to the bank.
I didn't know that I was gonna be going in trying to cash a check.
Okay. But you knew they were picking you up, and you knew you guys were coming to the bank. What else did they tell you before you got in the car?
That's pretty much it.
That they were picking you up so you can go to the bank and help out with your rent?
Yeah.
All right. And when did they make you put the uniform on?
I live in Apopka. We were almost to the I-4, to get off I-4 in Altamont. When they started talking about scrubs, going to the store and getting my scrubs, asking me what size I was, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I didn't know anything about that, and they were like,
Oh my God.
that it just looks more official. And I'm like, what? Like, what are you talking about? I was kind of just going with whatever they were telling me that they were doing.
Okay.
Because I'm desperate. I need to keep a roof over my kid's head.
All right.
I get it, but I don't. I can't
Yeah,
sympathize
we went,
with
got
it.
the scrubs. He paid for them.
Calling 10 on patrol.
Yeah, it's 15. Are you going to be here for a minute?
I'm about to walk in now.
All right, copy. Only reason I'm asking is we got a hold of the guy driving the burnt orange vehicle. He wouldn't explain exactly where he was at, but he said he was going to come back. So just in case if he does, I was just trying to see if someone could be in the parking lot, spot him.
Okay. So Marquise was the passenger and Marquise's friend was driving? All right. And then what else happened? When they get,
I wonder if that dude's gonna
they
come
said,
back.
We're going to buy the shrubs. It looks more official. We'll put them on.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've established that she knows. I mean, she had to have known because they stopped. They picked her up and say, "Look, we're gonna give you a check. We're gonna go ahead and help you pay your rent. If you cash this check for me, I'll give you some money for your rent." She was probably like, "Okay." They were like, "But we gotta stop and get scrubs for you, so it looks more official." As soon as they said that, that was already a red flag because she's like, "So what looks more official?" Right there, she should have known. As soon as they said to make it look more official, she should have known there was something wrong. I'm gonna give her some benefit of the doubt. She was desperate.
he pulled up like across the street and like a plaza right there with
He
like
pulled-
Little Caesars. By the
Okay.
fair.
He pulled
By
to
the Fairwinds.
pulled up by the Fairwinds, the Land Plaza. Okay.
And then wrote the check and basically told me put those on. This is what you're doing. And that's not at all what I left my like.
Okay, so he pulled in to the Land Plaza, and that's when he told you to change it to the uniform because it looks more official. And he handwritten.
And then he handed me this.
Okay, and he handwritten the check.
The one driving.
The one driving handwritten. Okay.
Gotcha.
Hey, did you guys do a ruse with them that were here for something else?
No, he's aware that she is detained and possibly going 10-15, so she convinced him to come back to talk to us.
How long am I gonna have to stay there? Will I be able to get bonded out today? Or do I gotta wait for court to be bonded out?
You can get bonded out today, but I don't think he's a true friend because if he told you to come out
Amen.
and do this, and he said he's gonna take the rap for it, I would have been back ASAP. Especially with you having 2 kids.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. So,
So I'm so sorry. I'm just joining this. I'm halfway. Yeah. I'm joining in this halfway through. Okay. So, from what I understand, this check is fake. You knew this check was fake.
I didn't know anything.
You didn't know anything.
No. I just knew that this was someone trying to help me get my rent paid so I'm not evicted with my children. And I'm at the point where
I see what he
I'll
did.
do almost anything to make sure that my kids don't feel that everything that I'm going through to keep the stuff going.
so when he told you to get dressed in the shrubs and he wrote the check for you,
I mean, at that point, I obviously figured.
what did he say to you when he wrote the check and gave it to you?
He just said to go in and tell them this. This is what he wrote. This is what it is.
What did he tell you to tell them?
That I'm a living assistant, that I take care of someone's mom or something, and that,
Which is not true, obviously.
no.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, you should be alright for right now. I'm not even entirely sure he's coming back. He didn't sound too convincing.
Yeah, he's not coming back. I don't think
All
he
right,
is.
so he told you to come in here and act like you was taking care of somebody, taking care of a little. Okay, and at that point, did you know the check was fake when he gave it to you before he walked into his bank?
I figured.
So he wrote it for $3,390. And then obviously, did he have the scrubs or did you?
He got me, I was in my clothes, he picked me up, and I'm just riding with them thinking, I don't know, I'm just going with the flow, and then he said, you gotta stop and get your scrubs. And
So
I was
she
like, what
knew.
did you stop and get these scrubs
She
for?
knew.
Right.
And
She
that was
came
when
in knowing.
I mean, he didn't even fully explain it. He had like 2 phones on the phone with different people. Like, I was just sitting in the back, just writing. Like, whatever y'all tell me I need to do so I could pay my rent. I know Marquise for a couple months, but the guy driving is Marquise's friend. I don't know him.
And they
It's
were,
my first time seeing him today.
and they were in a
And I
burnt
don't even
orange.
have his name.
I got you. A burnt orange SUV.
Yeah,
What about this white Mercedes?
I don't know anything about him.
Okay. But he did say to you on the phone that was the crackhead.
Well, because I was calling me and I answer my grandma.
No, this is important. You're looking at felony charges right now. I'll be honest with you, okay? It's called uttering a forged document, okay? So this is probably more important than what Grandma's got to say.
I mean, I was just asking to pick up my kids from school, so that's probably why she said.
Okay. Tell her to pick up your kids. Tell her you're
She
probably
said
going to
she
jail.
would. I told her I was getting arrested. So I mean, if
Okay,
it.
then answer. Only because it has to do with your kids.
Hello.
The sergeant ain't playing, bro. When the sergeant's there, shit's over. It's over.
So that's what
The sergeant shows
I'm
up.
working on getting you a copy of
The check was
the third check. So
almost
there's this
$3,400.
and then there's another check that was cashed.
What TD bank did he cash this one at?
Grandma, I'm talking to the cops right now.
And it has to be a certain amount, so I think it's more than $500 or something like that.
2 before this.
If it was less than 500, it would just be like she'll still get in trouble, but it won't be as serious as more than 500.
Other one's like on their way
I
here.
believe the other two were in Orlando.
Okay.
And that one has his name on it.
That's
This
right
one
here.
has
I'm in
her name
Orlando.
on it. 'Cause they were
Understood.
sending her in here to act like.
Are they the same check numbers and all that?
This is University Boulevard.
Ooh, right there.
Obviously, you know that Orlando PD, that has to go through them because that's their jurisdiction and all that. So,
Well, I'm just more or less giving this to you as far as
For evidence,
information,
yeah.
just to let you know that there was 3 checks that were
absolutely, yeah. But for like reporting purposes, and we can give you a case number, and we can even fax this over there as far as like a case linkage, because obviously it's the same people, so it's going to be a case linkage. It might even be a statewide prosecutor because it's through multi jurisdictions,
Yeah.
Oh my
If
gosh.
you 2 are connected,
No, that has nothing to do with it.
This is from the white Mercedes.
Yeah.
Let me just be perfectly clear with you right now. There is no way that I believe that these 2 incidences are not linked.
They're not. I mean, I promise on everything
He
I
said he was
love.
on the phone talking to people, right?
Not to. So
He had multiple phones. He's talking to people. 2 people don't walk into a bank at the same time.
With
and
a-
commit. I mean, that was just
no, it has.
that would just have to
very
be like
ironic.
lightning striking
Yeah.
Both with a
twice.
fake
I
check.
get
They
it.
walk
Yeah.
in and they
I
just
get
leave you sitting here.
I get that, but whoever that was, I never see. That
You
had
didn't have to
nothing-
see him,
I know,
but-
but he wasn't.
it might not be something you're knowledgeable
Yeah,
of.
Right,
you're
you
not.
may not know,
But it's the
These
same
guys
thing.
may know, but you probably don't.
Because they just left you sitting.
I mean,
like,
right away, as soon as you said that, they're dealing with somebody else, and he said to you, oh, they're dealing with that crackhead. Like he said that.
I don't know.
So he knew. How would he supposed to know what we're
And
doing?
they both
It's because-
left at the same time. One cop showed up, everybody leaves.
It's
You're still
because-
sitting here.
They went to a TD with me in the car right before we came to this one, and he was walking out of that TD too. And then I told them when I got here that I seen the same guy that walked out of that one here.
And you think that these 2 things are completely by accident?
I don't know.
Well, you don't.
I'm just asking you to think logically. I'm not saying that you know, right? I'm not saying that you have some master plan in this. I'm just asking you to speak logically.
Yeah, come on.
Right?
Come
2
on.
different people.
This might be the core.
Okay, 2 different people committing similar frauds over multiple jurisdictions, just so happen to be leaving at the same time, and you think that's an accident.
I get how it looks, but like I said, I have no knowledge of
I got you.
anything.
The only thing I'm asking you for is if you have any names of these people, which I know you
All I
already
know
gave
is
Maurice or
Marquise.
whatever, or Marquise.
Marquise.
And he's supposedly coming back here?
So he said.
I got you.
He's not driving.
Dollar
He's not driving the car. I don't know who the guy is driving the car. Marquise was a
You knew he
passenger.
was going to say that. That's exactly what he said.
What?
You knew he was going to say walk over to the Family Dollar, and that's what happened.
They've been texting, so.
He was
Did he say he's coming back when I walked out? Did he
He
say?
said he was gonna come back, but he was trying to figure out a way back.
He ain't coming back.
Because he said he had.
Yeah. He ain't coming back. He ain't coming back.
All I can imagine is that he's not trying to have whoever's driving the burnt orange SUV, the one that's his friend, come back. He's trying to get out of that car and find a way here so that whoever that is, like I said, I don't know his name.
I got you.
What?
Let me ask you this. Would you be willing to write a sworn written statement about what happened? About this guy.
Yes, you
months
better
ago,
write it.
That he picked you up today, that he took you to the scrub shop, that he took you to these banks, that he told you to put the scrubs on, told you, everything that you're telling us, would you be willing to put it in writing on paper?
Yes. Yes.
Well, yes. I don't have the ability to make felonies go away, okay? But what I can tell you is that
This will help you in court.
cooperating suspects,
That's what I've been trying to do the whole time.
and I appreciate that. So that's all. I'm asking if you'll put it in writing. That's all I'm asking. I'm not making you any promises that it'll lessen. You're not lessening any trouble you're in today. Okay? It's just for the future, right? For when this goes to trial, do you look like a
Thank you.
accomplice to a master scheme, or do you look like a girl who's trying to pay her bills so her kids don't be homeless? You know what I'm saying? What do you want to look like? What picture do you want painted of you for the jury?
The truth.
The truth, right? So will you write the truth for us and swear to it?
That's the problem. Nobody want to
stand
snitch. Everybody's, oh no, don't be a snitch until shit happens where you gotta snitch.
Okay.
Pick up Marquise again?
It sounds cool. It sounds cool on the song.
See if he'll come back, but other than that,
But real life
we
hits
wait
you
here all
hard.
day.
This is an organized fraud scheme out of Orlando. I'll be honest, it'll probably go to like a statewide prosecutor. I say we take the phone.
Yeah.
CID will probably want to do a search warrant on it in all reality.
I'm
Yeah.
with it.
They gonna take that phone.
I'm sorry, but the
He doesn't answer. It's not like.
Oh. My advice to you, once you get through all this, you don't need to talk to them.
Yeah, but I don't plan on it.
You need to put
She
this
gonna
in your
talk to him.
past and not
She
ever
gonna
do
talk
this
to him.
again.
She gonna talk to him. I seen it. Easier to question a guy. When a guy, it's easier to question him on anything. Anything illegal, it's easier to question a guy. Nobody's gonna think a little female, innocent female, is gonna go in there and do things. Obviously, females do. There's been plenty of females, but it's harder to question a female. It's not harder, but it's like less common. Their guard is down when a female comes in. It's more common. And what I've seen is that it's normally there's a guy behind every fraudulent check. They'll send in that girl, and she ends up getting caught, and she'll do a year. I've seen them do a year. You know, there's some. I saw one that was pretty big, man. It was with some real estate shit, and they were trying to cash some real estate check or something like that. I don't know exactly how the scheme worked, but it was a real estate check, and it was, you know, it'd be like 20,000, 30,000. They must have got away with it once because they caught onto it by the second one. So
I'm not gonna say I know how you feel because I don't have kids right now, but I do have one on the way, and I'm not in your shoes. But
I have to do everything by myself. I don't get any help, and I've just been stuck for the last 2 months. I just paid May's rent. I was just about to be evicted in May. I just paid May's rent June 7th, and I already got an eviction notice for June.
so they got you on a month-to-month. That's what it seemed like.
I mean, I have my lease or whatever, but they give you 30 days from the day that it's late. And then after the 30 days, you have to pay it. Then they'll put in the note. Then they'll put in for the court to evict you.
And then once you pay it, it'll go away, and then you were late again for the month of June. So they
give another 30-day notice. So I have until July 7th.
How much is your rent?
Right now, with the late fee, it's almost $2,000.
Okay, how much is it before the
$1,750.
$1,750?
A 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, but like everything's included. So other than my lights.
Yeah. Do you you don't get help from the children's father? Are both of your kids from the same
They're both
father?
from the same guy. I don't get help from him
All
at
right.
all.
listen, I understand, man. I get it. I grew up with a single mom. We went through things like that. You know, luckily my mom never did fraudulent checks. My mom she went to school and had like 3 jobs. But, you know, a single parent, you know, they got kids. When things get rough, man, you don't want to be homeless. You don't want to do this and that. But you got to think about your actions, man, because you do some dumbass shit and then you end up in prison or in jail. Now what? Now it's harder for you to get a job because when you go apply, for a job, people are going to be like, oh, this motherfucker was in jail. And fraud, listen, people will hire somebody who killed someone faster than somebody who committed fraud, who committed like a money fraud. A business will hire somebody who committed murder faster than somebody who committed fraud. And I worked when we were building. For a little bit, I had to work in construction, and I was building an Amazon warehouse. Every single one of those, like 90% of those guys were ex-felons. They talked about their charges, at least from the ones I spoke to. None of them had fraud. Most of their charges was selling drugs or something like that. They beat somebody up, domestic violence, but not fraud. Fraud is something that businesses will not let slide, bro. I've seen people come late all the time. I've seen people talking crazy to their managers, not get fired. But then I've seen people mischarge, meaning stealing. When you mischarge, you steal. That's stealing money. You're saying you worked 10 hours when you really worked 8. Immediate dismissal.
Oh, it's just like each time we
Oh, I got you.
we were never in.
On and off. I got you.
Alrighty. So what I want you to do is fill out all this information up here, and then here you're going to start your statement with everything that you've told us. Okay. And then this is a secondary page for you to write on whenever you get to the end of here. And then, mention where y'all went, where the vehicle that you were in, the fact that you saw that white Mercedes and the other.
I didn't see the white Mercedes. I just saw the guy. I didn't know what car.
Okay,
So
so
now
you saw the
that
guy.
came in.
But you saw the guy. Okay, yeah, mention that in there. All of everything that we've discussed today. Okay, it might be a lot. If you need another one after that, just let us know. We can get you another one.
Oh, local is not local. Just put my address.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, your local address.
Connect them or do the two
Yes.
separate?
One case number. This is all one incident.
What's my address?
Evidence. Those are the original documents that they tried to pass. So evidence.
Can I get a copy before you take them?
Yep.
And may I get the two of you to put your information down here? Thank you. I apologize for that, but we have to do our own reports and everything, and
We don't
I
have
have to get.
the name for the other guy. do we?
That's fine. Unknown.
I know. Okay. Oh, his
Here we
name
go.
is on. That's his
He's
real
got an
name.
account here and everything.
Oh, he has an account.
Oh.
Can I get all his information in?
Oh wow, the
I
guy
didn't know. I
has
thought
obviously
he put
the guy
his
has
fake
an
name. I
account.
thought he put like somebody else's name on it.
And that's what Fernandez was telling me outside. He was like, "Nope, put 100% his real name." Fernandez looked, verified that it's actually him because it's the guy that obviously he saw. So he verified it's him, and it's the same name that's on the.
Wow, what an
I'm
idiot!
gonna put.
We can get you more water at the police department.
What an idiot!
I'm gonna put him in front because we're gonna be sitting in the car for a while.
The guy put his real information. It was his information.
Yeah, you have. I don't do this to those people.
That he got the pink cuffs.
I'm not lying about anything. I'm just trying to be us.
And we understand and we appreciate it. You just got caught up in an unfortunate situation, okay?
That they left you in.
I know.
Double locking.
Here, we just-
Double locking. That's
Turn your
double
wrist,
locking right now.
face kind of- there
Boom.
you go.
Boom.
Alrighty. We're gonna walk you out and try to get you in there quickly so that way it's not embarrassing, okay? You don't have anything in your pockets, right?
No.
Okay, we're gonna have someone check whenever we get back to the police station, but we're just gonna get you in the car real quick, okay? Hello.
Thank you.
You feel all right?
That's crazy, man. They said that girl. I mean, she knew.
Where's your brother?
It's horrible. It's horrible what happened to her, man. But she knew. She knew. She knew. I can't even say she didn't know. She knew. But she was desperate. I'm not making excuses for her. I'm just saying, you gotta look at all sides of the pie. You know what I mean? Every single corner of the round pie you gotta look at. Because, man, this woman was desperate. She had kids. And the way she was crying, I could tell she did this out of desperation. I could tell. We've seen it all the time. All my buddies that have been in corrections or in law enforcement, we say, you can ask them all, ask every officer. You can tell there's people that are used to getting arrested. That's called recidivism. They act different. When you arrest them, they're different. It's almost like it's second nature to them. They either get angry and talk shit, or they just won't cry like the crying won't be like that. If they cry, they'll be like, "Damn, man, I've been," you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. This is probably her first time getting arrested. Hopefully, it's her last. And you can tell that she really didn't think that she was going to get arrested, but unfortunately, that's what happened. And this is what it's like. This is the way she was crying. We've seen that a lot. We see them. They'll cry. Then you see she stopped. They kind of calmed her down. When they get to the jail and they realize, oh my God, I'm in jail, and we're booking them in, they start crying again. And they'll cry maybe 1 or 2 days. Then they kind of get used to it. Then they go to court. They're hearing. They cry again. Whenever they get sentenced or whatever the case may be, they'll cry again. Hopefully, this is something where she gets a lawyer, or, her defense is able to be like, hey, look, it's these guys' fault. She really didn't, they coerced her into this, whatever the case may be. I would have been like, they forced me. They forced me. They forced me. They had a knife or a gun. They said they were going to kill me, whatever. I don't know. I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying that's we hear that. I used to hear that all the time. Anyway, guys, that's all I got. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on social media. I'm sorry for looking over here. Is that I'm looking at the video right here and I'm over here. Like and subscribe, follow me on social media, and I'll see you guys on the next smoke.